my shorts.
There's rumours floating around that Wonder Woman 1984 has been delayed again until June next year.
What's that about, the third or fourth time?
It was originally supposed to be June this year, then it went to August, then it went to October, and then it went to Christmas Day, and now it's gone to June. They are adamant to get this movie out in cinemas. There's been so many rumours, it's going straight to digital. They'll drop it on HBO Max. But no, they're adamant. We want this in cinemas.
It's costing a few dollars, that's why.
Yeah.
I want their money back.
But they've been adamant from the beginning. Patty Jenkins, who's the director of the film, has come out multiple times been like, no, this is a cinematic experience. We're releasing it in cinemas, and it's definitely happening. And I think because of what was essentially a flop with Tenet, Christopher Nolan's Tenet, they've gone, let's not do that again.
Yeah. But it's probably a film that needs to be at the cinema.
Oh, for sure.
Like all those big blockbuster, as they're called, films.
Yeah.
Superhero films and all that sort of thing. They need to be seen at the cinema.
Yeah.
To really appreciate everything about
the scale of it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Exactly right.
It's not something I want to watch.
So imagine Tenet. I don't know. I don't really know a lot about it, but I imagine that would be one.
I think people
would be easy enough to watch at home.
Yeah, I think people who watch it at cinemas don't really know much about it either, by the sounds of it. But yeah, I think that's I don't know. Yeah, obviously big scale film, IMAX, all that stuff. It would be great to see the spectacle, but at the end of the day, I would rather go and see Wonder Woman in cinemas than Tenet.
Yeah, really. Exactly right.
Speaking of Tenet, though, it's heading for a physical release. They announced just yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's coming to Blu-ray, 4K, DVD in December.
Oh.
Yeah. No word on the UK. There's a US release and Australian release coming out. It's 15th in the USA, 16th in Australia. There's word that is coming out on the 14th in the UK, but it's not official. But anywhere else I haven't heard anything about yet. I was essentially just following that trend of it was in cinemas 3 or 4 months ago. Let's drop it on physical. Really, a lot of people, the best chance they're going to get to see Tenet is
at home.
I
wonder. I still think it might get a release here.
Well, it's been released here, just not in Melbourne.
Oh, yeah, well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
I reckon there'll be a few films in Melbourne that they'll show.
Has to be.
I would think.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed. I don't know.
Maybe that'll be part of the next reduction of restrictions. Cinemas.
Yeah, well, they still haven't. We spoke about that last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
There's no word yet on what's happening. Maybe Sunday we'll hear something.
Hopefully Sunday we'll hear.
But
I reckon you'll may see a short, limited release of it.
Hopefully,
cinemas
at least at the IMAX.
Because once the cinemas open, they're going to have something to show. Yeah. They can't show old shit.
But it's just that will depend on the distributor and whether the distributor gives them the right to do it.
Yeah, good point.
So it's all in their hands, and if they've already put it on physical, they might go. I think they'd have to. They'll make a bit more money. They'd have to do it. Same with Mulan, which, by the way, is also coming to physical media this week. This week,
really?
Yeah.
When was that announced? Do you know?
Wasn't announced.
Oh, sneaky.
Yeah, it's just sort of happening. It's been word. I've kind of known for a few weeks it was going to happen. I reached out to a contact at Disney last week. It was just sort of like, will there be any press copies of Mulan available? I understand it's coming out soon. Yeah, there'll be copies available of that. Okay, so that's coming out, but it wasn't like an exact like confirmation of a date or anything. But it's coming out next week, but because pre-order links have started dropping.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's gonna be open. It's gonna be available to buy. In store November 10th in the US, Australia November 11th. They're the only two release dates that have been announced. Pre-orders for Australia went up this morning. No fanfare or anything, just dropped on JB, Amazon, Easy DVD, Sanity. Sanity is saying they have
Sanity.
Yeah, they're still around.
Are they?
Yeah, interstate. They've got stores open still interstate.
Oh, didn't know that.
They're quite big interstate still. Easy DVD's online only now, but Sanity apparently have stock and it's available now. So that's interesting. But US has been a little bit different. A couple of places have had pre-orders go up and then they come down straight away, and then they go back up and they come down again, and then there's one or two like smaller retailers that have them up for order. But essentially, it's coming out next week. It's happening. But Disney have made no fanfare over it, no press release. Now Disney, usually if they do like a reissue, if they say, for example, bring out Toy Story on 4K, they don't do a press release. It's a reissue. But for a big, like, blockbuster event film, there's always a press release that breaks down special features.
You can get a press release this time around.
No, nothing. It's quiet. It's just dead, silence. Now, granted, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I know some of the Disney home media team have been a little bit out of action during the pandemic. I've said it in the past, it's kind of hard to get in touch with some people, but they've been out of action a little bit. So maybe they just didn't have time to put a press release out. But I kind of feel it's almost like they don't want to make a big deal out of it because they don't want to detract from the fact that it's still on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Or they don't want to piss people off by making a big deal. Get Mulan on Blu-ray when 2 months ago it was get Mulan exclusively on Disney Plus for $30.
Pay your $30, yeah.
And now 2 months later it's on Blu-ray and 4K and DVD.
That's probably right.
It's just kind of in this way they're doing it. No pre-orders, no press release. It's just almost materialized. It's just going to be on shelves. It's just going to be available. Bang. So it's a bit of a sneaky way of doing it. I don't know. I'm not 100% on board with the way that's being done. But again, there could be things going on in the background that have limited the movements on how they've had to. Maybe they've just like gone, fuck, what do we do? We're supposed to put it in cinemas. They've probably... When movies are in cinemas, the Blu-rays and stuff are already done. They're authoring the Blu-rays. They're making special features. They're getting all that done while the film's still in cinemas. 3 months later, they're ready to go out on shelves. So there's been I imagine there's probably just been boxes of Mulan discs just floating around at some distribution factory in the US.
Already put together 6 months ago.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, let's just finally get them out there.
Yeah.
I've been saying it the whole time. I'm saying I can guarantee you there is boxes of this film just waiting to go on shelves.
Sitting somewhere.
And then they're just going to drop them. And it's what's happened right now. So the interesting thing was New Mutants came out with a press release. But again, that's 20th Century Pictures. So they have a separate team, and then that team handles things a bit differently. But then I do think that Mulan, it is a bit strange that, again, it was on Disney Plus exclusively, and then it went to streaming with no fanfare, if you remember, a few weeks back, and then now it's going to be on home media just all of a sudden. So it's a little bit strange.
Well, they're going to make their money back on it. It was
exactly
a huge
right.
film.
And I'm happy it's coming to home media. This has been the question. Everyone's been saying, it's going to come on Blu-ray. I want to buy a physical copy. I've been saying, just calm it. It's coming. Yeah. I can guarantee you it'll be out. And this gives me a little bit more assurance that Soul will probably get a physical release as well.
It'll have to.
I imagine
that's going to be the same issue because they're not going to make their money back in cinemas.
Exactly.
So they're going to have to
and they're not charging you for it on Disney Plus. It's going up for free. So I guarantee again, that was supposed to be out months ago too. Yeah. There's probably boxes somewhere out there with a bunch of Soul on Blu-ray and 4K just sitting waiting to come out. So I'm pretty sure it's probably going to happen.
Probably just before Christmas.
Probably, yeah. Well, no, it won't because it's Christmas Day the film comes out. So a couple of months after that. Yeah.
New Year's special.
Yeah, maybe. That'll annoy people. Well, it wouldn't annoy people so much because they don't have to pay the extra for Soul. Yeah, I think the thing with Mulan was I just paid $30 and it's locked into Disney Plus, and now I could have bought the Blu-ray. The way that it was all rolled out, I mean, again, whether Disney did it,
but they were just testing the market too.
Yeah, and then they've gone, oh shit, it didn't work out that well.
Knew they made a bit of a mistake doing it the way they did it, and
exactly.
Thought let's do a different way with Soul.
Yeah.
With Soul.
Yeah.
And see if it works any better.
Exactly. Hey everyone, if you haven't yet, smash that big old subscribe button up on your screen to keep up to date with all my content, and hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to check me out on social media, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon for as little as $1 a month for exclusive videos, early access content, and to get your name up on the screen. Thanks again for watching.